Yes, I've never taken off this shirt for the last 4 days. Moving on. So we're continuing into the next match. Dan Murrell, who advanced in the last match that we saw against Stacey Howard, now has to face arguably his toughest challenge to date. A person that pretty much said from the get-go that he wanted to play Dan from the second that he debuted in the league, and that is big-time Ethan Erwin. I'm pretty nervous. I'm not going to lie about this. I'm really hoping that Dan can pull this out, but the way that Ethan has been on a run this year, this is going to be a very, very tough test for dangerous Dan Murrell, to say the least. Will he pull it out? I certainly hope so. But let's find out now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Out of time, so say goodbye. What is yours now is mine, and I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you.
Welcome back. Let's try this again. I got about 6 minutes into the reaction. Christian and Mark had just introduced themselves, and then my computer crapped out. So, yeah, well, we're just gonna go pick up right where the thing left off. We're gonna start with the intro. Did a whole big spiel. You know, it doesn't really matter because it was pretty much the exact same thing I said in the opening. So, yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's try to do this reaction again. In 3, 2, and 1. I'm still very hesitant the second time. Ooh. Yeah, they acknowledge each other.
Welcome back to the movie trivia.
Hello, Mark. Hello, Christian. The gang's here again.
The ultimate Schmoedown, and this could be
Poor Mark Ellis. I would wish you break a leg, but as a Redskin fan, you might end up literally doing that. I feel sorry for them Redskin quarterbacks. Still not as bad as University of Maryland quarterbacks tearing ACLs. You haven't jumped that plateau yet. You still got a ways to go to catch that.
4-1 this year, got himself a victory over another rookie, Chance Ellison, in a battle, an absolute battle in that first round. But Ethan has been on a tear this season, and this
seems like every match he's been has been a great match.
Become the first rookie to win a championship, but in order to do that, he's got to play someone who is very used to being in championship matches, is very used to that, a two-time champion in Dangerous Dan Murrell.
I'm still waiting for my next Patreon thing to show up as well. I've been waiting for musicals to pop up there forever, and with Dan playing, it's making me a little nervous because I know Dan and Ethan, I don't think musicals would be, you know, their cup of tea, which probably means it's going to show up here because it's not going to be an advantage for either one of them. So, yeah, I'm actually hoping it's not until the next match, but knowing my luck, no luck there.
No, and I think that's why
I've been waiting for musicals to pop up this whole time, and now this match, I'm hoping it doesn't. Let's hope it doesn't. Please, musicals.
That was in the post interviews, and Ethan's like, please don't do that, because that's not what I do. But they have now, it seems like they're working together, and they talked a lot, and there's a lot of talk there with the Horsemen. There's a lot of talk with Ethan and Jay, and here you go.
Let's get to the banter.
I had a great game in round 1, but you know what? That game doesn't count for anything right now because that score resets to 0.
Right.
It's round 2, and it's time to get it done. There's a long road ahead of me. I can't look forward, and I sure as hell can't look backwards.
The first rookie to hold the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Singles Championship. You're looking at him, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
I'm really flattered with people saying, oh, Dan Murrell's back. Dan Murrell's back after the last game. I was very happy with my performance, but I didn't go anywhere.
Anywhere.
I'm the same person that I was 2 games ago, 2 years ago. It all comes down to the questions. Do you know the questions? Do you not know the questions? All I can do is put myself in the best position to answer the questions that I'm given and put my opponent in the worst position to answer the questions that they're given, and that's what I'm here to do today.
Damn right.
I'm just excited to be able to play against Dan. I've heard about him from the beginning of this season, and I'm really, frankly, just excited to sit at a table with him. And yeah, I do think it helps that beating Chance and just knowing what I know. I think I think I stand a pretty decent. I don't use the word chance again, but chance.
I've heard a lot about Ethan Erwin.
Yeah.
He emerged after I retired, and I heard people saying, oh, he's the new Dan Murrell, he's the new Dan Murrell. Well, first of all, I don't see any championship belts on his shoulder yet.
Oh.
He's got to go through me, and he's got to go through this guy if he wants that belt on his shoulder.
When I beat you, I want you to know I'm actually doing you a favor. It is so you don't have to play against Roca, one of the horsemen, one of your fellow teammates. I am trying to keep you from any division or discord that might occur. So I just want you to know right now, no hard feelings.
Ethan Erwin, people have been wanting this match. People have been requesting this match. People have been saying that you're going to take me down, that I don't stand a chance against you in this match. I don't care who the favorite is. I don't care who the crowd favorite is. All I care about is putting my knowledge against your knowledge and let the best man win.
This is a big-time thing, a big-time match, a big-time player, and it's about to be a big-time win. Dan Murrell, I respect you. I respect what you've done. I don't get why you have the two of them with you, but whatever. I respect you, but respect the fact you're about to lose.
Dan, I hope you do care that I'm rooting for you.
Dan is
wearing the same shirt that I was wearing when I met you in LA.
That third match, whether it's hopefully
even complimented it. It was almost like you didn't know what they had made these.
The championship. He wants to play. He wants to win it. That's why Ethan is here to play. But Ethan's been calling Dan out for a while now, and now he gets him. And is it going to be something that he gets to prove himself, or be careful what you wish for?
Yeah, and so many times with matches like this where it feels pretty even, we say it's going to be determined by what the wheel hits in round 2. I don't think that's the case because they have such a wealth of knowledge in a variety of categories. This is going to come down to a 5-point question, and it's going to go one way or the other, but I see this match definitely going the distance. What are some of the strengths of each competitor?
Well, there's the tail of the tape. Ethan Erwin, who has Clint Eastwood movies. We're
any
give him a
Matrix
on that one for sure.
And Scott Eastwood movies.
Action movies. Any questions about the Matrix? That's also a big strength. And then you got Dangerous Dan Murrell, Spielberg movies, movie release dates, and wearing shirts that not necessarily for his namesake, like Danger Mouse. I'm going to ruin that. I'm going to ruin the reveal.
Okay.
Oh, DM? That's for Dan Murrell? I didn't know that.
It's early. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I'm asking them.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm asking you.
Okay.
Cool.
And you?
All the reactors? Good?
Good.
Are you going crazy with your popcorn and your beer on your couch?
All right.
Y'all told us not to eat popcorn.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Mark, you're setting bad examples. We were told not to have popcorn. Be faithful to a reaction.
First, led to the ring by his
I hear a reindeer rap coming on.
Jay
I'll spare y'all this time.
with a record of 4 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout.
One defeat. Thanks to me. I'm Ethan Erwin, enemy number 1.
And Jay has a new leaf. He's very Jay has a new leaf because Ethan told him, you want to be on my side.
I can do that move.
Look at Jay with all the love now. I've never seen Jay Washington so happy.
Good dance moves. He's big time dancer. Big time player. Hopefully big time loser. Let's hope.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose his meal ticket is what it is. And his opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, with a record of 8 wins, 3 defeats, and 5 knockouts. He is the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion and the reigning Screen Junkies Movie Fights champion.
Oh, they brought it up.
Dan.
Wasn't expecting them to bring that up.
Oh, there's the Horseman. There's the champ. Champ's with him, and then Dangerous Dan. I told you that Danger Mouse show.
You were not lying. With your
Yeah,
horrific
this
attempted
DM, I guess it is. Does stand for Dan Murrell.
Here they come. Everybody's happy in the Horseman. And Dan
I thought it
gets a
stood for
brief
something
look
like
over to Jay and Ethan
Danger
Erwin.
Mouse,
Riley shaking Ethan
or
Erwin's hand. Roca follows suit and shows some sportsmanship.
He did.
Disco Mike.
He's
Oh, he didn't give it to Jay because he doesn't buy it. No one's buying what Jay's giving.
At Jay. Wow.
Dan does it because that's who Dan
Dan's
is.
just too classy to
Yeah, that's who Dan is.
Just too classy.
Yeah, Dan was ready to throw
Say-
Jay out of a window last week.
It's not dangerous. It should be respectful, Dan.
Has ever before.
Now, Tom Dagnino still works here. All right, with
Yeah,
that,
that's
our
true.
competitors have hit the table. The semifinals are about to begin. And Mark Ellis, how to rule the rules number 1 work. I got it out.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hell of an effort by Christian. It is early. The winner of this match will receive a $10 gift card to Cracker Barrel. In
Oh, I don't like
number
Cracker
one,
Barrel, though.
you're going to hear 8 questions from 8
They do make good
different
cheese.
movie categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for
Did
missing
not have a
question. There's no
very
stealing of it
fond
in round number
experience
1,
in a
although that will
Cracker Barrel
change
one time.
in round number 2. I want to remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a
I guess
question
our
correctly, you need to buy
equivalent
yourself some
to
time. Use a JTE
Cracker
rule,
Barrel
in
around
which
here.
case we
Well,
will repeat
there
the
obviously are
question
Cracker
up
Barrels
here
around
at the
here, but
answer
there's
desk. You
another
also
one
each
called
have
Golden
20
Corral.
challenges you can use at any
I'm
point
sure it's,
throughout
I'm
the
sure
3
maybe what
rounds. Murrell, Erwin,
That's about the
I feel
closest
pretty
thing
set,
we
Christian.
got to that.
Murrell, Erwin, Christian, I've done my job. I think it's time to start the match.
Dan Murrell, you ready to go?
Let's do this.
Ethan.
Always be closing.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay! Go, Dan.
Question 1 from the realm of action adventure. Which action film has
Action
the characters by the name of
adventure.
Hannibal, Face, B.A., and Murdoch?
Good warm up for us here on the desk.
That's good.
Just to make sure we knew how to ask questions
Oh, wait.
correctly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan.
18.
The 18.
Yes, sir, Ethan.
The 18.
1-1.
It's one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Pity the fool that
Ba-boom.
did not get that question
But
correctly.
the
Your
dum,
next
ba-
is from the
bum.
world of
Bing,
crime
da-ding, bing.
movies. These are crime movies. Members of a gang wear red leather vests as their key identifying clothing in what 1979 crime film? Did you like the 18?
5,
That was
all right.
It
4,
was fine, right?
3, 2,
No sequel though.
Don't know.
1. Pens down.
Does it
Ethan.
involve blood?
The Warriors.
Yes, sir, Dan.
Oh.
I didn't know it has put Mean Streets. That's
Didn't have it.
Oh,
Okay, so
it is
Ethan
a
That
goes
was a
up by
guess,
1
but
point.
Ethan takes the first lead.
Okay, next question. Dramas. Which 1940 John Ford film starring Henry Fonda follows a poor Midwest family traveling to California after being forced off their land during the Great Depression?
That sounds like the way I moved out to California to pursue my
I just
dream
heard
of stand-up
Fonda.
comedy.
I
Just
like you very much.
thought of Jane.
Feels like
Jane
I was talking
Fonda.
to Murrell. 5, 4, 3,
They know it.
2, 1. Dan Murrell.
Help me out.
The Grapes of Wrath.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Ethan.
Grapes of Wrath.
Okay, so
They
2,
later
3,
made a
2.
book
Yep.
out of
Guess I
that
need to
movie.
know more classics.
Your
I'm
next
sorry,
question
Kristen. I
comes from
still
the
don't know
world
my
of
classics.
horror/thriller. And your question is, in Fatal Attraction, the Christian Harloff story. Sorry, I read that wrong. In Fatal Attraction, what does Alex boil in the pot on the stove? This movie scared a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Is he
90s.
boiling the
Don't
pot?
have
4, affairs.
Stove?
extramarital
Guess
affairs.
this is a
Affairs
2.
are fine.
1.
Extramarital?
Pens down. Ethan.
A rabbit.
Yes. Dan.
She was a bunny boiler.
That's got it. Okay, 4, 3.
Sorry, we can't
Okay.
accept bunny only.
I
right?
learned something.
That's 4
Dan
to
gets
3.
the point. Ethan gets the point, and it is still a 1-point game in favor of Ethan Erwin.
Have some eggs.
In
Always
Fathor.
do this at 9
Yeah.
a.m.
I know, right? 9
This is
a.m. is
solid,
the best time
solid
for this.
gold.
Fantasy sci-fi is the next category. Who plays Zeus in 2010's Clash of the Titans? He thought I was going to say Die Hard 3.
What is it?
Hmm?
Die Hard. Oh,
I'll
right,
actually
right,
guess
right.
here.
5, 4, 3,
I'll say
2,
Joel Edgerton.
1. Dan Murrell.
Liam Neeson?
Yes, it is. Ethan.
Oh,
Liam Neeson.
4-5.
Liam Neeson.
Both big
Wow.
fans of Clash of the Titans.
Ethan has 5 points, has not missed yet.
That's not
Dan
an
has
answer.
4,
I
only
thought
1
it was
point
gonna be
behind.
here.
Next question.
All right, next question comes from the world of comedies. Reactors at home, do the laugh for me.
Ah.
Con artists Lawrence Jameson and Freddie Benson in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Just need the name of the two performers.
Right.
Don't need to necessarily assign it to
5,
the character.
4, they got it. 3, 2, 1. Ethan Erwin.
Michael Caine and Steve Martin.
Yes, it is. Dan.
Steve Martin and Michael Caine.
6-5.
All right, there we are.
6-5. Ethan still has not missed, and we get to our next question. Comic book movies. Who plays
Maybe I'll
Scott
get this
Pilgrim's sister, Stacy, in the graphic novel based Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
A lot of S sounds in that question.
Yeah.
Who plays Scott Pilgrim?
I know. 5,
I forget.
4,
This is a comic book
3,
movie.
2,
I
1.
never seen
Dan Murrell?
it.
Aubrey Plaza.
It's incorrect. Ethan.
I had the same incorrect answer.
Looking for
Losers, get off the desk.
Anna Kendrick. Or Anna Kendrick. Okay, but Ethan loses his perfect round there, and it is a 1-point lead there. 6-5. And our last question, Mark.
Is from the world of animated movies. Movies drawn by hand or on a computer. In this question, what 2009 animated film based on a popular manga series about a young robot features the voices of Freddie Highmore and Nicolas Cage?
Manga. As soon as you said manga,
Looking for
believe
it.
I know what this is. I think that
Freddie
would be
Highmore
Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Go, go,
Fine.
go, Astro
4,
Boy.
Sure, he's a
3,
nice guy. Sure, he's
2.
Repeat the question.
Sure.
I can do that. What 2009 animated film based on a popular manga series about a young robot features the voices of Freddie Highmore and Nicolas Cage?
Is that right? Nicolas Cage was in that?
What I'm saying is that if Freddie's watching, I
5,
would love to.
It's
4,
manga though. It's got to be Astro Boy.
3, 2, 1. Ethan Erwin.
Astro Boy.
That is it.
Real Steel. I had no idea.
Okay, Dan didn't have it, so
okay.
Ethan goes up by 2 there. It's 7-5.
Sure you're
as we
ready?
approach
Oh yeah,
the
that
second
is Nicolas
round.
Cage's
And
voice.
Dan Murrell is
Sure
down
you're
by
ready,
2. Still
Astro.
easy to catch
I
up
was
here,
made
depending on
ready.
what happens in this wheel round, Mark?
I
what
never even
is
realized that was Nicolas
the
Cage.
rule?
That's right. The dastardly Aubrey Plaza, the only thing keeping Ethan Erwin from a perfect round 1. In round number 2, it is the wheel round, the wheel of justice, doom, and the wheel that will seal your fates. Perhaps you're going to see opponents and spinners' choices. 2 of the 12 wedges on there. The other 10 come from a different part of the movie trivia Schmoedown galaxy. Each category has 4 questions. Each question is worth 2 points. However, if you're not sure the answer, you can ask us to provide multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, competitors, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you miss your question, then your opponent can try to throw in the right answer and gain some valuable points. Christian, it is 7-5. Ethan, you will have first spin if you want to at the wheel, and this is a Patreon affiliated wheel because the slice that is sponsored is musical.
Oh no,
Modeling the
it is
wheel
my
for us.
wedge.
Yes.
And the wedge,
Not this
Ethan hits
match.
musicals. If Ethan hits musicals or Dan hits musicals, we will shout out the Patreon winner. Check out the movie trivia Schmoedown.
I almost don't want to be shouted at if it's spun. Please don't spin it.
I think Ethan's possibly got to get
Ay,
taken
ay, 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 ay,
over
ay,
from
ay, ay.
Vanna White if she ever retires because he was really good at showing the wheel.
Why this
Ethan
match?
looks confident right now.
Could have done it
Pretty
2
confident.
weeks
Ethan
ago.
Nice. I believe that shirt is Brooks Brothers.
Uh-oh. And
It's
Don't hit musical, please.
dramas.
Does Ethan like dramas or does he want to spin something else?
Shooting for something else.
He's weighing it like Lady Justice.
What's he looking at? What's? He's gonna go for
He's
dramas.
going to go for dramas.
He's gonna go for dramas.
All right.
This could be vague. Could hit it. He's been.
See how this goes.
Ethan has
Go
been
for
lights
dramas.
out in round 2.
All right, Ethan. In the world of dramas, you're going to have 4 questions.
Great.
Your first one is, what famed screenwriter co-wrote the screenplay for 2011's Moneyball alongside Steven Zalian?
Aaron Sorkin.
2 points for Ethan Erwin. All right. Much to Jay Washington's delight, your next question. In Field of Dreams, which Hall of Fame baseball player was told to stick it by Shoeless Joe and the others because they couldn't stand him when he was alive?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Babe Ruth, B, Mickey Mantle, C, Ty Cobb,
Ty
or D,
Cobb.
Rogers Hornsby?
C.
C is correct.
Ty Cobb.
So we told him to stick it.
A lot of people probably told Ty Cobb to stick it.
3 points so far in this round, Ethan. You did need multiple choice for that one. Your penultimate question in round number 2 in the world of dramas. Who plays the lead Mac Phillips in the 2017 Christian drama, The Shack?
Sam Worthington.
It is Sam Worthington.
That's true.
That's how big of a Clash of the Titans fan Ethan Erwin is. He remembered it. All right, 2 points for that one. And your last question, Ethan. In the film Witness, what does Eli see Rachel and John doing in the barn that might cause her to be shunned?
5.
Multiple choice again.
Is it A, kissing, B, singing, C, drinking, or D, dancing?
D.
They were dancing
1
in the
point.
barn, and that
Look
is
at
not
Ethan.
cool.
All right,
Some
so
corners of the Amish community.
Ethan gets himself an 8-point lead here over Dangerous.
Got 'em all
Dan
right.
Murrell. Had to go to multiple choice
Put
twice.
some points on the
but
table.
Gets himself 6 points, and now Dan is up.
H-is-O.
That's right. Dan's going to go spin now, Christian. He needs a
Please,
perfect round.
no
It's not
musicals.
Ethan, but like we said,
Unless you know
there's
musicals,
3
Dan,
rounds
then-
here, and you want to be within that 5
Break a
point
leg.
range in case Ethan trips up somewhere in round
And
3.
Dan was having a rough start with the wheel this season, but against Stacey Howard, it was nice to him, and he was lights out in that last match.
You're
But
going to
it's
see if
going
you're
away.
Dan Murrell. You know you're familiar
Look
with
at
the
this.
2000s.
Look at this. Look
Is
at
this gonna be
this.
Spinner's
Uh-oh.
choice?
Spinner's choice.
Oh.
Dan Murrell hits Spinner's choice. The wheel is starting to come back on Dan's side.
Does he want to go with the 2000s?
What's he
The decade
looking
he's
at?
familiar with?
What's
Does he
he
want to go
looking
with
at?
Disney films? Maybe video game movies?
We're going to see.
He's thinking.
Going to need an answer here.
considering.
Guys, it's 9 a.m. Just give him a second.
Oscar movies
Going
it is.
Oscar movies.
All right, I got you. Dan
All right.
Murrell looking to tie up Ethan
Let's see
here.
what happens.
Oscar movies. Oscar movies.
Could have been a bad choice. Let's see.
All right.
Movies that have won Oscars.
Sure hope
Suicide
not.
Squad is in play.
I hope he knows the actual
All right, Dan,
Oscar
here we go.
stuff as
For
opposed
what
to
movie
just getting
did
the
Jack
movie
Nicholson
questions.
receive his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor?
Oh no.
Best actor.
I don't think these are the
5,
kind of questions he was
4.
expecting.
3, 2.
Chinatown.
It's incorrect for the steal.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
It's incorrect. 5 easy pieces was the answer there.
5 easy pieces.
Yes. All right.
5
here's-
easy Reese
Next
pieces.
question. Here you go. How many Oscars has Emma Stone been nominated for?
Multiple choice.
A, 2, B, 1, C, 3, D, 5.
2.
2 is correct for 1 point.
Yay! I got an Oscar
Boy,
question
you don't
right.
want to let a steal go to Ethan at this
Yeah.
point of the game.
Question 3. Who was the first African American performer to win an Academy Award?
Hattie McDaniel.
2 points. That's correct.
Big get from 1939. Gone with the wind.
All right. What was your final question? What was the first hip hop / rap song to win Best Original Song at the Oscars?
Is it the Eminem song?
5, 4, 3.
Lose Yourself.
That is correct.
That's
13-10.
right.
So Dan.
But does
Is
he
that the
win
Eminem
honors,
song?
Christian?
I never
So
remember what the
Dan
name of that
gets
song
himself
is.
Within 3. It's within 3 points as we get into the third round. It's still
It sounds like
there's
it
a deficit,
is.
a big deficit there.
Can't remember
It is only a
that.
3-point deficit now. Anything can happen as we get into round 3.
That's
How
right.
does it work?
Round number 3. Dan Murrell correctly guessing that Lose Yourself was by Sir Mix-a-Lot. In round number 3, you're going to hear 3 questions. If we make it that far, the reason for that
And also,
being is
this
that the
movie
point
trivia
values
Schmoedown
of the
reaction has been
questions
brought to you by
continue to rise
Grotto's
as we
Pizza.
get
Get
deeper
your
and deeper
swirl
into the
on.
round. Your first question's worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your last one, if we make it that
Oh,
far,
boy.
5-point question, and that will determine the match
boy,
unless we
oh.
go into sudden
Ew,
death. How do we determine
boy.
those questions? Thanks to you. You're gonna
Another
each give us
Wreck-It
3 numbers.
Ralph
These numbers can range
2
from 1 to
reference
20.
and a
Ethan,
JTH reaction.
you are still enjoying
It's
a
almost like
3-point
I
advantage
saw the
over
movie or
Dan
something.
Murrell, so we'll take your numbers.
12, 2, and 3.
12, 2, and 3 for Big Time and Dangerous Dan.
1, 8, and 16.
1, 8, and 16 for the former 2-time champ. As we start with Dangerous Dan Murrell, who will try to avoid a TKO here. He has 2 JTEs left and 1 challenge remaining. All right, Dan, you chose category number 1 for your first category. That's the realm of romance.
Oh.
Which funny man took a dramatic turn as a troubled salesman, Barry Egan, in Punch Drunk Love?
Adam Sandler.
For 2 points. That's correct.
You gotta
Okay.
love when they call comedians funny men.
Yep. All right. That
Like
eliminates
me,
now. He's going to try
I'm
to take the lead
I
over Ethan,
funny.
forcing Ethan to start to hit some questions. Dan, category 8 is what you chose for your second category here. It's Westerns. That's Westerns. Who played Dirty Steve in 1988's Young Guns?
Quick, John, give him the answer.
Who looks like a Dirty Steve?
No, I don't.
5.
Let's go.
I
with
don't
Emilio
promote
Estevez.
cheating.
Looking for Dermot Mulroney.
Oh.
Dermot Mulroney. Okay, so now Dan has
Oh,
to hit
boy.
his 5. Dan has to hit his 5. If he hits his 5, it bounces back
Come
to
on,
Erwin.
Dan.
However, if
Please.
he misses,
Please.
Ethan will advance via TKO and play the winner of Andreyko and Clark, and Dan will have to play the loser of that match. Here we go. All right, Dan, 16 was what you chose to force it back to Ethan. Directors. Here you go. Who directed 2012's The Bourne Legacy, starring Jeremy Renner?
Oh no.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah, repeat.
1. Okay, here's number 2. Who directed 2012's The Bourne Legacy, starring Jeremy Renner? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Congratulations, Ethan. Paul Greengrass.
And your
I don't think
winner,
so.
by
Oh,
way of
God.
technical knockout, Ethan Big Time Erwin. The answer was Tony Gilroy. Tony Gilroy was the answer. So
Gilroy tough.
I didn't-
that was tough.
I remember he did the
it just went Ethan's way, but
Greengrass.
Dan
I think
is
he
not
did
out
the
yet. He
Bourne
will
film, and
face
then he
either
didn't
Clark
do
or
that
Andreyko,
other one.
depending on who loses that match.
I
for a
think
chance to get
Greengrass
the #1
did
contender
a
match
majority
at
of them.
Schmoedown Spectacular, and Ethan Erwin will now face the winner
Oh,
of the matchup between
bother.
Andreyko and Clark Wolf.
Well,
Ethan Erwin now stands high.
it's a
at
bit of a
5-0
silver
with
lining.
2
At least
knockouts
it's
here,
not going to be
and
Dan's
he
last
is going
match.
to be talking
At least he
to
got to round
Roxy
2, so he can
Stryer,
get
as
one
will
more.
Dan Murrell. Let's get to that right now.
Hey guys, I'm Roxy Stryer, and we are back with your winner, Ethan Erwin, defeating the 2-time champion. You've got to be feeling really good
They
right
flip
now.
it around.
I don't even know
Now they're
what I
doing the
feel.
winner
It is
first.
it is a roiling cauldron of emotion. Because look, he is incredible, that guy. And so to be able to do this, look again, I'm going to say half it has to do with the fact that we did this at 9 a.m. You guys, so it is that's definitely that played a part. But yeah, no, I feel great. Look, to be able to take on the best is incredibly exciting for me.
Even more excited than you, I would say, is Jay Washington over here, who's actually doing a little jig. You seem pretty happy.
First of all, give it out to God who's the head of my life, the pastor, my mama, my agent, and everybody. I want to thank God in heaven and Christian Hollow and Ethan Erwin. He is amazing. He beat an amazing opponent in Dan Murrell. He is a phenomenal opponent who had 2 great competitors along his side, in John Roca and Mark Riley. And look, Ethan in basking in his glory. We're in the winner's circle. This is beautiful. We're going to the spectacular. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord.
All very nice things to say about your...
Look, I am a nice person. Listen, I feel like everybody, Ethan has brought out the best in me. You get it? You see the smile? I'm happy to be here.
And we did have a little talk since the last time, and I think we understand each other about. Yeah, no, I think it's great.
So much nicer to everybody.
Okay. You were playing from a winning stance the entire game. You were never down. Was there any point you were a little nervous?
Only really right at the end. You know, I mean, he got some tough questions, but look, I've seen him pull it out before, so it was I had a bit of a lead, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna be enough.
If you had to pick, who would you rather play now, Andreyko or Clark?
Look, I tell you what, I said this in the pre-interview. Clark is terrifying. The depth and breadth of her knowledge is it's stultifying. I really don't want to have to face her. And frankly, I'd like to go up against Andreyko as a little bit of a rematch, a little bit of payback, a little bit of redemption.
But either way it goes, it's going to be a beautiful competition, a fair and square and honest competitive competition between two amazing competitors. It will be beautiful. It will be lights and angels and flowers and everything that Christian Harloff has wanted this league to become. So nice, and there will be handshakes. Roxy.
Thank you for that, Jay.
Yes.
Thank you. No matter what, you are going to the spectacular now. So
I'm excited.
That must be something that you've been dreaming of. What does that mean to you that you'll be there?
It's great. I mean, again, to be in the presence of all those incredible competitors, to be able to to do this in front of everybody. I've only been doing this for a season, but I've been watching
That's
for
right. It's
years.
guaranteed to be
So yeah, to
spectacular
actually be able
now,
to be a
being
part
in
of
the
it,
finals.
I couldn't be happier.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
To you too, Jay.
Thank you so much.
The real winner here today, guys. Am I right?
Are we gonna? You want to shake my hand?
He wants to shake your hand.
Real winner.
we did.
Didn't even have to answer a question. Oh, yeah, big group hug.
Hey guys, Roxy Stryer here,
Oh.
and I am standing with Dan Murrell and some of his horsemen. Dan, obviously not the way you wanted this one to go, but you fought very hard. Talk to me about the choice to pick Oscars, because you had a lot of strengths on that wheel, and you had
Yeah.
spinner's choice.
It was between a couple of ones, and Oscars in retrospect, maybe that wasn't the best pick for me. I also tactically, I was playing from behind the Jack Nicholson question. If the score were different, I think I might have gone to multiple choice. I was fairly sure of that answer. At least I thought there's a good chance that was right, so I took the chance and guessed. Turns out that was not the right case. Ethan got those points, and that really kind of wrote the book on the game. But it's not just answering questions. Sometimes you got to look at the score. You got to take some risks, and I took a bit of a risk on that category. Took a bit of a risk in some of my choices, and they didn't quite pay off. But that's the game. You gotta sometimes you risk. Sometimes those risks pay off. Sometimes they don't.
That's what the people like about you. You are a risk taker, and you're not out of this yet, because whoever loses between Andreyko and Clark, you get to play for a chance to be the #1 contender. So who would you actually rather play in that?
That's a pick 'em for me. Neither one of those competitors are one that I think anybody would like to be sitting on the other side of the table with. You've got a team champion in Clark who has done a lot of great things in singles. I played her once. That was a long time ago. I was a different player. She was a different player. I would not look at records as far as Clark goes. And then Mark Andreyko, that's a guy that has played for the title. That the last time I sat at a table with Mark Andreyko, he was waving bye-bye to me and three of the other people that a lot of people say are among the best to play this game. So there's not a good choice among those. I just have to wait for that game to play out and see who it's going to be.
Who would you guys rather see Dan play?
Whoever Dan plays, Dan's going to come prepared and he's going to be great. Look, he's a horseman. He knows what's up. He's brought it before. He's a two-time champion. Anybody who doubts him is crazy. This was a tough game. Ethan Erwin is a fantastic player. It's no shame in this loss. It went toe-to-toe. Just didn't work out today. Whoever he plays, it'll be a great match.
I echo that. This is the game. You played a hell of a one, man. You played a hell of a game, and now you got another opponent coming up. It's anybody's game.
I feel bad for Jay Washington. What's it like to put together a stable, have them all lose, then get handed an actual good player,
Right.
and then try to take credit for it? That's a sad thing.
it's amazing.
You see what I'm saying? I put my stable together. Who's in the finals right here for the tag team champion? Who's the champion? Me. Who's going to be back in the #1 contender spot? This man right here.
Right.
I put a stable together that works.
I think he's laughing straight to the bank right now, though.
What bank is that?
The Schmoedown bank.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about?
Overdrawn on the Schmoedown bank, let me tell you.
Ooh, what do you guys think about Erwin's shots now? Do you think that he has a chance of taking this all the way?
I mean, listen, this guy's a great player, but sitting across the table from him, I was not sitting there answering in my head a lot of the questions that he got, going like, oh, I would have gotten that. He was answering a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Obviously, he answered a lot more stuff that I didn't know when the points mattered. So I think if Ethan makes it to play this guy, John, I'll always be in your corner. And I think you know this, you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah. Well, listen, 9 a.m., 4 a.m., 2 p.m., 1 p.m., 6 o'clock. I don't give a crap what time it is, Ethan. You better bring it, because I'm sure going to be awake for it. So I don't care what crap you're talking. I don't care. Jay Washington in your corner, handle your business in the final. Then we'll see what you got, big man. I've seen many challengers come and many challengers go. But this is a two-time champion you're talking to. So get ready.
I want to thank John for letting me be in his post-game interview, too. That's really nice of you.
And on that note, Dan, great job today, though. You are a two-time
Yes.
champion as well.
My season's not over.
And that is true.
My season's not over. If I don't get to play for the belt this year, that's fine. I still have another shot to play for it next season. That's what I'm ready for. I got to prep for a terrific opponent. I still have a chance. Season's not done, and I'm still ready to play.
How can you not love Dan Murrell? Am I right?
Right.
Of course.
Small time.
Thank you so much, Dan, and the rest of the horsemen.
All right, as we go, obviously, look, Dan was a little upset there, but too he said, look, it just didn't go his way. He's ready to play again, and so is Ethan. Ethan is ready to go, and Jay Washington is still playing this character. I'm going to say character of nice person.
Yeah, I mean, look, I give all the credit to Jay Washington because did Ethan know some questions?
yeah.
Sure. This is really Jay Washington's match that he won, in my opinion. Ethan is just kind of a hanger-on to the great managerial skills
That's
of
what it
Jay
is.
Washington.
That's what it is. Ethan or Jay
Nice
Washington
try,
is riding
Mark.
high right now because
Yes,
he got himself like I said before, he's got a meal ticket and he got himself right into the finals because it is guaranteed now. It is guaranteed that Ethan will be in the Schmoedown Spectacular because if he wins the whole tournament against either Clark or Andreyko, he plays Roca for the championship.
Right.
But if he loses, then he will automatically be in the #1 contender match. So now the question is between the three remaining contenders here, between Dan Murrell, Andreyko, and Wolf, who will be in the title match or who will be in the #1 contender match? We will find out very, very soon as this thing wraps up.
Yeah, and we're going to know. Hopefully, Ethan's schedule is free to compete in the Schmoedown Spectacular. He's got a lot of famous people in that Blackberry of his, so we'll see if he can wrangle a few hours to come in and join us back here at the studio. And you can wrangle up as much free time as you want to watch the
Let's
movie
hope.
Trivia Schmoedown.
And
ad
if not,
nauseam.
let's convince him.
Accentuate it by joining the
I got
Patreon.
your dollar.
Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Check out which tier is right for you today. Also, check out the Schmoedown Rundown. where we
Just
get your
dangle my
podcast and the
Patreon
Movie
money.
Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page.
And also remember, get your tickets on schmoedownlive.com for January 26th in New York, the season premiere. Whoever the champion is,
It
by the
sold
end
out
of the
weeks ago.
Spectacular, they will be playing whoever wins the #1 contender match at the Spectacular, and that's your
Maybe you
man.
find some
Make sure you
scalpers.
check it out. Like Mark said, check out the Schmoedown Rundown, the Facebook group. Do all of it and join Patreon today. Thank you for all of you guys who helped fund this thing in the first place. For Mark Ellis, myself, Ethan Erwin, Dan Murrell, and the whole damn crew, thank you, and we'll see you next time.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown Breakdown. It's the first semifinal.
I like that they actually rewind the entire match now. That's actually pretty clever.
To rookie sensation Ethan Erwin. As we move into the second round, Ethan lands on drama and answers all 4 questions correct for 6 points. So far this season, Ethan has earned all but 5 points in his 6 matches, on top of missing just 1 question in second round play this season. As for Dan, he had an ounce of luck on his side as he spun Spinner's Choice. This is the 3rd time in his career he has landed on Spinners, and both previous times he's opted for comic book movies. But here in this match, he opts for Oscars and goes 3 of 4 for 5 points. Now going into the final round, history has shown us that players who have a lead at this point in tournament matches have won 80% of the time. With Dan trailing by 3 points, he was successful in his 2-point attempt, but after that he was unable to answer either his 3 or 5-pointer, and Ethan Erwin earns a huge victory by TKO to send him to the tournament final. Inside the numbers for this match, it was a steep drop off for Murrell compared to his last match. He goes 9 of 15 for 60% correct. That's nearly 20% below his career average, and this is the second worst accurate match of his career. As for Ethan Erwin, he answered 11 of 13 for an accuracy rate of 85%. Right now, his career accuracy rate trails Rachel Cushing by 3% for the highest accuracy rate of all time. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out.
And he'll
FT
never
Stats
catch
on
her
Twitter.
because she's
And don't
the
forget to check out the
best.
Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on the Collider Podcast Network on YouTube and the Collider Factory podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
Thank you, Frankie Stats Jadder. Okay. So as they pointed out, and as I said a little earlier, it's not the end of the world for us Dan Murrell fans. Obviously, there was not much to fanboy or fangirl about in this particular match, but he will get at least one more match this year. Hopefully, he will get another one after that to compete in the Schmoedown Spectacular. It just Dan Murrell in the Spectacular just feels right. It would be a shame for him to not be in it this year and miss yet another spectacular event. So whether it's against Clark or whether it's against Mark, going to be a competitive match either way. And so now we move on to the Fife Club Showdown. The Fife Powers unite between Andreyko and Clark Wolf. I actually thought that was going to be the match today, and then I saw the thing and was like, oh, they flipped it around. That you all tricked me, but that's all right. Gave me a chance to wear this shirt early. So it's really hard to pick a winner there right now. Probably gonna have to give me a couple more days, and I'll probably have a decision on who I think is going to win. But yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. I apologize for it being a little bit shorter, but you know, computer issues. What else is new on my end? So I do apologize. Follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1, and also follow all the Movie Trivia Schmoedown content: the Facebook page, the Twitter page, the Patreon page, and the new Movie Trivia Schmoedown website, triviasd.com. But until next time, this is JTH. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I bid you adieu.